So who are you?
I am Jen Fazio.
Awesome. And where are we right now?
We are at the place I spend the most time at, the Stephen Kent Winery over on Basco Road. I've worked here almost 30 years. We've been in this location since November of 23, and I am the general manager. So when I am not at the gym, this is my home away from home.
So where's the second most time that you spend your time?
At the gym.
Awesome. And what gym is that?
Oh, CF580. I've been a member since July of 2015. So I'm not since the beginning of time, but I've lived through 3 owners. And I enjoy it very much. I'm currently Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.
Nice. So what inspired you to join CrossFit 580?
Well, it was kind of a funny story. A gal I worked with was going to a CrossFit thing, and she was telling me about it, and I had been a member over at the tennis club where, you just get on the elliptical and read a book and don't really do anything. And so she was telling me about it, and I was Googling around, and I found 580 based on the class schedule and how many times they had. That appealed to me, and I thought it was the place that she was going, but she was going to like CrossFit WIT, and this is obviously 10 years ago. So I didn't realize till after I had signed up it wasn't the place she was talking about, but her place was only like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then like 5 p.m. So it had a much smaller range of class times.
So how has your fitness level and mindset changed since joining CrossFit 580?
I would say the most important thing about it is the consistency. To me, the business I'm in, which is hospitality and wining and dining, clearly you have to work hard to survive that lifestyle. And I always tell people it's like the only good thing I do for my body. It's my 1 hour a day that I do something that isn't terrible. The rest of the time I'm a shit show, but for that 1 hour I feel like I'm doing something productive, and so it's very important to me to continue to do that no matter what shape I'm in the morning. When I started I was 4:30 p.m. 3 times a week, but over the years it evolved to I'm hardcore 6 a.m. now.
Is there a specific place in the gym that you go to every morning?
So when before COVID, I roamed around wherever there was an opening. But once COVID started, as you are aware, we had squares, and it was an attempt to skirt some of the rules, but we were able to do it if everyone stayed in their square and wiped off their stuff when we came back. The initial great part about when COVID happened and we were shut down for like 4 months was that the owners at the time let us check out equipment to bring home, and I zoomed in 3 times a week to Mike and Ashley's garage at 6:30 a.m. So maintained the fitness through all of that. But when we came back, I would go to the same square, which is the back left corner, and that's my square.
Is there a workout or a movement that you can recall that you're most proud of, like a skill set that you got after joining?
I think one of the first things that I actually felt like I accomplished something, because trust me, I've accomplished very little as far as hitting benchmarks, was being able to do a box jump. Now, to be fair, I'm still on the tiny box, which I think is 16 inches. But that was like a big mental hurdle to get over, was doing the box jump, because it is terrifying. I mean, some people just jump on it. That was not me. I'd like to say I have a pull-up, but I don't. So clearly I need to work harder. The one thing that it's bizarre is I cannot do a double under, but for some reason I can do a crossover. So go figure.
That's amazing. What keeps you motivated to keep showing up week after week, day after day?
Probably the primary thing, besides the aforementioned, it's the only good thing I do, is that if I don't show up, I have many text messages wanting to know if I died. I joke about the fact that if I were to pass away in my apartment and the cat was eating my face, the first people that would know would be my 6 a.m. people. I've literally been gone 1 day, and even though I've told people I won't be here on X day, someone didn't get the memo and they will be like, where are you? Are you okay? So it's nice to know that people care if I show up or not.
I love that. How do you balance CrossFit with the rest of your life, work, family, or this huge responsibility?
I think the most important thing, I mean, if you follow anyone online, they'll tell you, you know, whether it's walking 10 minutes or whatever, you have to make it a priority. I mean, I don't have small children, so I cannot even imagine the challenges that people go through with stuff like that. I mean, at this point in my life, it's me, myself, and I don't answer to anyone other than the cat. So I can make it a priority, but even so, like I said, even if I've been at a winemaker dinner late the night before, or even if I have to pick up the wine order every Thursday morning, I still make it a point to be there unless I am physically not in town.
How would you describe the CrossFit 580 community in just a few words? You can make it more than a few words. Totally.
I would say that the best thing about the community is that it's community. My best friends that I hang out with now are from 580. I have married 2 couples and helped plan their weddings and was instrumental in that part of their lives, which is huge. We've celebrated, marriages, births, deaths, everything. And it's like, other than my wine community and my people I've worked with for years in this community, they're my people. So,
what makes the environment at CrossFit 580 different from other gyms or fitness communities that you've been a part of?
580 is the only CrossFit community I've been a part of. Like I mentioned, I was at the tennis club just doing come in, use whatever equipment, or go to the Zumba class type of thing. For me, I think 580 is a good fit based on, going to visiting other gyms, not in town or whatever, in that, I find it is accessible to people at all levels, and I don't feel intimidated. I think that a lot of times when you go to other gyms, you do feel intimidated because you may not know all the moves, or you may not be able to do a heavy lift or whatever, and I never feel that way there. We're very inclusive. I like to think I'm very inclusive. I have people, we have people that come in at 6 a.m. that have never been to anything, and it's like our group is so diverse, and we always have a good time and laugh, and it's like the best part, you're starting your day, for me, starting at 6 a.m. It's like, even if I come in and I'm like, I don't want to do this, by the time I leave, I'm like, that wasn't so bad, and so was hilarious. And so, to me, it's worth the time.
How do the coaches and other members support you and your fitness journey?
I think all the coaches that I have had, Steve was like my very first coach. He started the same time as I did. I think the one thing is that everybody I've worked with kind of knows when to push. And it's like, even as new a coach as Emma, she has to see me 3 days a week. And it's like, she'll push, but she also knows that this is sort of who I am and where I'm at. And I'm sure I could do better and work harder, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. And I think just being able to recognize the differences in your members, and the ones that like it and the ones that are like, yeah, I'm good. I think that's really a gift as well.
What would you say to someone who's thinking about joining CrossFit 580 but feels nervous or unsure?
I would tell them, come to 6 a.m. and I'll be happy to introduce you to everyone I know at the class. Just try. I mean, I've been to other classes. I don't get around as much as I used to. I used to kind of bop around, but through our community events, I've gotten to meet, the 4:30 people and the 6:30 people. So I think having the weekend events, whether it's Murph or the anniversary thing, allows a lot of the classes that might not see morning people, evening people, to get together. And I mean, I would say that of all the new people I've known that have started in the last couple years, most of them, other than the ones that moved out of the area, are still coming. And to me, I think that's the greatest testament to DJ and the gym in general, the members and the coaches, is that people feel included, and enjoy the workout, and they're doing something good for themselves.